Hey guys, if you're shopping for knives and gear, make sure you check out the description of the video you're watching right now for links to some great online retailers. There's also individual links for knives that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a special episode of The Knife Guy to share with you guys. This is The Knife Guy episode 74, but I'm going to be doing it old school from the inside of my new truck. This is a 2019 classic body Ram 1500 Warlock, and I've had this for about 2 months now, and I'm pretty excited about it. I very much like this truck. I'll give you guys a quick walk around. It's got the Rebel front end. The color, it looks black. It's actually gray with black accents, blacked out badging. It does have a Hemi. This is a crew cab. Need the room with the kids, running boards, black wheels. I'm really enjoying those. It says Warlock where it normally says 4x4, and then the 4x4 is actually, can we see it? Is it going to show up? Maybe we need to turn the exposure up. Yeah, I think so because of where we are. The 4x4 is back here. So anyways, I'm really enjoying this. Sorry, my dogs are barking back there, but yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys here really quick. My ideal truck was one that was really sporty and capable and just cool looking on the outside. The inside of it's fairly plain for a brand new truck. It's kind of like, for those of you who know, like, Ram, let me turn the exposure back up a little bit so you guys can see. Oh, we're gonna be super here. Maybe we should auto do. There we go. Oh boy, that's a little bit too much there. There we go. There we go. There's some nostalgia. The inside of this is kind of like a Bighorn. It's cloth. It does have the larger display, 4x4 controls, and this dial thing. Truthfully, the dial thing's one of the only things that I don't like about some of the Rams, but that's okay. You know, the shifter here on the column I think would have been more ideal, but I'm okay with that. This one does have, I don't know if we can actually capture it, it does have the remote start, so that's nice. I wanted a backup camera, I wanted remote start, I wanted the Hemi, and I wanted a crew cab, and I wanted four-wheel drive, and I wanted it to have a cool exterior package. But unlike the other vehicle, for those of you who don't know, our other vehicle is a 2018 RT Durango, and that thing has like every option, and I love it, it's great, but I didn't really want to pay for another vehicle that had all of those options. The truck was more so just, I just wanted a few things, and I wanted it to look really great. I'm probably not going to be doing a whole lot with it other than modding the exhaust. I will definitely make it louder. I need a bed mat, and I think that might be about it. I'm not going to change a whole lot. I really like how the Warlock package looks. I like the blacked out badge. I mean, a lot of what's done to the truck is something that I might look into doing, you know, like custom. If I was going to customize the truck, it probably would end up looking like this anyway. So a lot of it is kind of already what I wanted, and that's kind of why I went after it. I used to sell cars. I used to, in fact, I sold, I mean, we had a dealership that sold new vehicles and used vehicles. So I actually sold Ram trucks, I sold Toyota trucks, I sold Ford trucks, and I even sold Chevy and GMC. I've been in and out of a ton of them, and honestly, they all have their merits, and I like all of them for different reasons. But personally, you know, it came down to between a Ram 1500 and a Chevy Silverado, and I just really like this a lot better than what Chevy does, and I also like the motor. I don't I know there's gonna be people going, boo Ram, go Ford, or boo, you know, boo Ford, go Chevy, or whatever. You know, there's always gonna be. Like I said, they've all got pros and cons. This is just the one that's the Ram speaks to me a little bit more. And I also wanted to get a classic body. It actually does say classic body on the outside. This is neat because this is like the last year for the classic body. You can see it right there. It says Ram 1500 Classic. But this is one of the last years they're gonna do it. And then the new body style is okay. I like it too. It was a lot more expensive. I think that was the main reason. But yeah, I really like this setup. This is kind of the ideal setup for me all the way around. So I'm really enjoying it. And we're going to be doing the Knife Guy on the inside today like I used to do with my old reviews. Way back when I started the channel, I would sit in a vehicle just like this, and I would just hold my camera, and you guys would see my right hand, and I would talk like this. And then usually it was Ricky sitting over here. Ricky lives in Kansas City now, so I mean, at some point it would be awesome to do another Knife Guy with him, but he's just rarely here. We don't get to meet. We talk a lot, all the time actually, but we just don't see each other as much anymore. So I truthfully did not have a topic today. I just wanted to, I was like, that'd be kind of neat to sit in the truck and do the Knife Guy. That was honestly, the whole reason for this. I've got, let's see what I have, the Cold Steel SR1 Light. We've got the Hinder XM18. Sorry about the glare. This is the best location right now because of the time of day and the shade on the side of the house, right? XM18 3.5-inch Harpoon Spanto Gen 6. We have the Brian & Doe Evo Typhoon. We have the new to the channel, the Pickle Grip in the titanium scales. And then we have, by the time you guys are watching this, the winner of this will actually have been announced, right? I'm filming this on Wednesday, but you guys will have already seen the giveaway and the live stream, so we will have already drawn a name for this guy. But this is the DLT Trading exclusive Red G10 and M390 Smock. I guess today is just reflection, thinking back, and honestly, this is weird because I haven't sat in a vehicle and talked about knives like this for, it's been 2.5 years at least. And so I'm remembering, being at the dealership and being slow, and I'm sure, truthfully, I can say this now, I'm still friends with all of my coworkers and bosses that I used to work with, right? But I had, I don't know, I don't know if they knew that I was doing it or not, but I would only come out here and I would only come out to the lot and do stuff like this when we were super slow or completely dead. And it allowed me to sit on the lot and kind of watch for, because when car salesmen do that, they sit and they wait. Have you ever seen one pop out of a vehicle right when you go to look and you're like, oh geez. Yeah, we used to do that. But I thought, well, geez, while I'm out here just sitting and waiting for somebody to talk to, maybe I can enjoy my hobby a little bit. Everybody there knew that I carried knives, and initially they were kind of like, yeah, what the heck is this guy's deal? Do we really want him working here? And then eventually we all became friends, and a bunch of them started carrying, knives. In fact, some of those guys still work there, and they still carry the knives that they bought based on my recommendations, and that's cool. And we did buy this vehicle and our other vehicle from the dealership that I used to work at. So, still have a great relationship. But yeah, whether or not I was supposed to be doing it, I was doing it anyway. And it really just helped. I have a lot of energy, and that's part of the reason why I enjoyed selling cars. I like talking with people, and I talk a lot anyway, right? But being slow and not being able to do something about it was really, really difficult for me. Just sitting and waiting. There were some days where we were very busy. There were lots of people driving around, lots of people to talk to, or you just had one deal that you were working and it was taking all day, because sometimes it takes all day, Understandably, people don't just run in and buy a car. So then those days were great, but I just hated not being busy. I have to have something to do to fill the time. Not that I don't enjoy occasionally sitting on the couch and just watching TV, but I really like to be busy. So that's the reason that this channel got started, was doing something that I liked to do. At the time, I wasn't necessarily what I wanted as my career, but it was certainly a job that I enjoyed, right? But because there were times that it was slow at the dealership, that's the reason the channel got started. I had honestly always been interested in, I guess we're talking about the origins of the channel today. I guess that's it's not really a knife topic, right? Normally I do this thing where I say, welcome, how do I do the intro? What's going on, YouTube Metal Complex here, and welcome to episode 74 of The Knife Guy. If you are new to my channel, or you just came out of some weird corner of the internet, I am a knife guy, knife user, knife collector, knife enjoyer of many sorts. We are all knife guys and gals in this weird, crazy, screwed up EDC and knife world, and we all go down our own unique paths, but oftentimes those paths intersect, and at those intersections, are experiences that a lot of us share commonly. So what I like to do is talk about those experiences and pick up a bunch of knives that are either mine or some of my generous viewers and just flip and give you guys something to watch or listen to, right? That's what I normally do. And then we have a topic of discussion that is related to knives. Kind of, but I guess I'm just talking about the origins of the channel. But anyways, that was a good way to fill up 2 minutes. But yeah, this channel would not have been born if that was not exactly the case. I had always been interested in YouTube. At the time, I was watching, and I've said this many times, I was watching Terra Fanatic and Nut and Fancy and Jim Skelton, and I think Birdshot was, I don't know if they were like 10,000. I can't remember that. I was watching Birdshot. I was watching Nick Shabazz, of course. I was watching Gideon's Tactical, The Late Boy Scout, a whole bunch of stuff. And I was always, you know, every time I had a new knife, you know, I would show everybody and I would talk about it. And I don't know if somebody said this to me or if I just thought one day, like, what if I just recorded my thoughts? Like, do I need a studio? Do I need like a background? Like, do I need to do it Nick Shabazz style, or can I just talk? And I thought, well, I probably don't have all the same equipment as Nick. I don't have a nice tabletop. I don't have like a studio, and I certainly don't have time to do it outside of work, right? So I guess I'll just hold the camera with one hand and start recording. And here's the crazy thing. I probably could have kept this style for like the entirety of the channel, right? Now the problem is that sometimes that like doing or demonstrating certain things with knives does take two hands. And then eventually I realized that, you know, I was like, I really need a tripod. I think I even said it in some episodes. I was like, I need a tripod and I need to do a class. That's why people do it this way, right? Or if I'm going to do it inside of a vehicle, I need to pick a spot and then set up a tripod, right? But I think, excuse me, my alarm went off. I think what I'm getting at here is that you don't need anything special to get this going. The only thing that really mattered, the reason that people were watching, and at first it was very slow. You know, there were even days where I got like 2 views the whole day and lost 5 subscribers. That would happen sometimes. But the reason that the channel slowly grew is because I was doing content fairly consistently, and I was talking a lot, and I was really, you know, enthusiastic about it, and that is still how this is, right? So I don't think, you know, like I've had people ask me like, oh, I've always thought about starting YouTube and doing, you know, something like that, but I don't know how to start, and I feel like, you know, the quality wouldn't be very good. Some channels do really, really well with like lots of editing and like really like professionally created videos and this or that. And then some channels like mine, there's very, very little editing. It's just like the objects that I'm talking about, and then it's one continuous shot, or sometimes if I get some information wrong, I'll cut it out, right? But that's how this channel operates. And I mean, anybody who's ever wondered, like, you definitely don't need anything I started this channel, in fact, for the first year, no, I can't remember how long I went without a tripod or anything else, but for a good 6 months at least, this channel was just my phone. I wasn't using YouTube Studio on a computer. I wasn't doing any of that. I would say all the way up to like at least the 500 sub mark, where Slicey, that's around the time that Slicey found me and shouted me out, because he was at, I can't remember where he was. But anyways, he shouted me out, and I remember what he said. He was like, as far as I can tell, I mean, this guy just like reviews knives out of vehicles, and as far as I can tell, he's just buying his own stuff, but he has a lot of content, you know? And yeah, that was exactly right. You don't really need a whole lot. If you have a phone that can record, you can upload. It doesn't take that much to start a YouTube channel. And in the beginning, it was, I mean, and it still is, truthfully, all it was about was just, I just really like knives. I just really want to talk about this stuff, right? And obviously, there's more elements to my channel now. I've figured out ways to, you know, that are beneficial for everybody, but ways, you know, to generate additional revenue through affiliate links and stuff like that. And that's awesome. But it's still the main idea. It's just, I just really, really, really want to talk about knives, and I like it. And it's the affirmation. It's, of course, it's nice to see that, you know, the growth is like, your confirmation that what you're doing is, you know, worth your time, I guess. I mean, I'm not saying that if the channel didn't grow that I wouldn't do it, but it's a nice bonus to have it grow. Even if it only, back then, if it grew by 1 subscriber per day, that was enough for me, right? Couple of views, a comment here and there, that was enough. It made me feel good, right? And it was more positive than negative. So I enjoyed that, and I just kept doing it and kept doing it, and eventually it evolved into what it is today. You know what I'm realizing while I'm doing this right now? I'm actually kind of enjoying doing this in my vehicle. I'm not saying that I'm going to go back to reviewing knives out of my vehicle, but I might make the Knife Guy like this, or do it periodically, where I just sit in a truck and talk and do Knife Guy in here, because most of the time, you know, on the Knife Guy, I don't necessarily need, like right there, I could have definitely used 2 hands, but Knife Guy is usually not full of stuff that requires 2 hands, so I probably could do it like this. You guys let me know if you want just for nostalgia or just for a change up of, you know, the type of content that's shown at the channel, because 99% of it is just tabletop overview. It's just down like this, right? But if you guys like this, then I would totally do Knife Guy like this every Sunday and just sit and look out, you know, basically at my neighborhood. I'm at home all the time anyway, so it would be easy to do. On the topic of the Knife Guy, somebody actually had a great suggestion, because if you guys have been, those of you who watch Knife Guy every single weekend, I said I'm definitely going to continue this series through 100 episodes, right? But I'm already having episodes that are kind of hybridizations of other episodes, like topics kind of like, you know, sort of overlap. That's fine. Nobody really seems to, you know, care that much. You guys like to just watch Knife Guy. But somebody emailed me and said, hey, it'd be really cool if once you got to 100, if you actually went back and rediscussed the topics like in order to see if your thoughts have changed. I kind of like that idea, and it's a great way to, I mean, it would guarantee an additional 100 but like if you guys go back and you remember how long ago, once a week, and this is number 74, so 74 weeks at least, probably longer than that, because I wasn't necessarily doing Knife Guy every week back when I started it. Episode 1, right? If you guys like the idea, once I hit episode 100, to do episode 101, which would correspond, it would be like basically an updated version of Knife Guy episode 1, where I talk about exactly, you know, what it was that I talked about then and how it differs, right? I would actually go back and watch and think about my own thoughts then and if they changed. And if you guys like that idea, all right, a lot of you, some of you probably haven't seen that. The people who watch Knife Guy now, some of you guys may not have seen that. So if you guys think that's interesting, then yeah, I would definitely explore. I mean, that would take care of, that would help out continuing the series. And I'm not saying I would never come up with a new episode idea. I would probably sprinkle them in, right? So every now and then I do a return to episode, and then if I had a new topic of discussion, then I would do it. But that way, Knife Guy could continue, and it would, I don't know, we've been doing this for so long now, it would just be fun. But yeah, if you guys are interested in me going back to the way that I used to do things just for Knife Guy and do stuff out of a vehicle, then I would definitely do that. And then past 100 episodes, if you guys think that'd be fun, then I would do it. Not really anything super special in today's video. I just wanted to just do something different, but I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. I think this is going to be pretty much it. We're at 18 minutes. If you guys enjoyed this episode of The Knife Guy, please leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.